Hi friends, I have another craft for you today. Today we're gonna make a gnome. He's a bottle gnome. We've made him fallish, but he could be whatever you want him to be. Isn't he adorable? Super easy. You don't need too much materials, and you can switch him up any way you want to. So I'll show you how I did this one. You need an empty water bottle. So I did this size. I think I'm gonna do this size today to see what the difference is. Shouldn't be much. Need some fur, and you need some fabric, and you need a nose. All right, and then you need something to weight this down. So I got some beans. Woo! And I'm just gonna pour them in here. Now in this one, I used a pound. And I tried to make a funnel out of paper, which I did, but beans went everywhere. So mine wasn't super successful, though. I was doing it without taping it and actually making a full funnel. So this is working fine. I had a real funnel, but it wasn't small enough. But you could also use rice or pebbles, sand, whatever you have around. I happen to have beans. Alright. So let's talk about the fur, since we have some time while I'm doing this. The fur you can get wherever you can find fabric, probably. It comes in a bolt, but you don't need that much fur. So if you go to a craft store, you can get a small sheet, sort of like a fat quarter, I think. So what's that, 12 by 18 or something like that. So a fat quarter of it's more than enough. This is more than enough beans. So I'm just gonna put my lid back on there. Grab my protective thing. All right, so now it's time for the fabric. The fur. So let's see how big a piece this is. To let you know, it's a little big, so I can show you how to cut it. It's 9 by 5 3/4. I actually measured this bottle. It's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. But all you gotta do is get your bottle and wrap it around. So I'm gonna do it on this smaller bottle. I want to have it down this low, and it's going to cover all the way. Now mine's overlapping. It's not a problem. It can totally overlap and you're not going to notice, but I want to show you how to cut the fabric. So I'm going to trim it just a smidge. So scissors works, also a case knife or a razor or an X-Acto knife. But what you do not want to do is just snip right up, because it will cut the fur, and you want it flowy. See how on the back the fur is coming down past the binding of the fur? That we don't want to mess that up. So you just cut the backing. We're just going to cut the backing, and I just have scissors. But if you have a razor blade, you can cut just the backing. See how I'm just cutting the back? I'm not cutting straight through like a piece of paper. And this backing has lines, so you could follow that if you could see it. I don't have the best eyes, and I can't see it, but if you have better eyes than me, you can see it for sure. They're in strips. It's in like strips. All right. So if it's a little short or a little overlappy, either one, it won't matter. But see what happens when I pull this off. That's what we want. We want to have it flowy. Then we need some glue. So let me see if it actually fits. It fits. Okay. So then we need some glue. I used E6000 on this one because that's all I had. But tacky glue works just as good. I wouldn't recommend a glue gun. And you know, I love a glue gun. But it glues so fast, it dries so fast. I don't think it's a super great idea. But you know, whatever you got, school glue could probably work just fine. So I'm just gonna squirt my tacky glue on here. And I'm gonna roll my fur on. And so you want it down past where the bottle changes its size, right? You want it down past that. So I don't know, that's 3/4 the way or something. Just measure out your fur. You don't want it to go past the bottom because you need it to sit straight. So I'm overlapping just a smidge. It won't matter. Because fur is forgiving. But we want it to sit up straight. So I'm just going to hold it on there for a minute. So cute. And you know I love gnomes. Alright. Then I'm going to add just a little bit more because I didn't get my edges. You just want a clean edge even if you're overlapping. You want it to be secure on the edge so it doesn't flip up. Alright. Gonna hold that for a second. Isn't this the cutest fabric? So cute. Plaid with yellow and, ooh, I like plaid. Alright. So, I'm gonna lay him upside down for a second, let him glue. Let's look at the fabric. I have this one, so we're gonna cut a triangle out. So here's like a plain square. Let me see how big this is. It is 12 by 10 by 12. Okay, this guy is made into a triangle when our fabric is at a horizontal. We just made a triangle out of it, like this, which isn't perfect, but you just cut the edges off. Just fold it over into a triangle, cut the edges off, and glue. This one is a different one. Isn't that cute? Pumpkins. And it folded this way. Just like this. I cut the edges off and glued. I did use hot glue for that. So I'm gonna see if this fits this bottle and see if I can show you the difference between the lengthwise and the widthwise of folding this. So let's see. It may not fit. I made one just fast. We'll see if it fits over. So I'm gonna do my nose last and put my, so this was folded in half and I just glued it with the hot glue. And we're just gonna see if it fits. And I did not glue it all the way down at the bottom because I'm gonna pull it over tight, I think, like this. I'll pull it over tight to secure. I did make a little band. You know, when you fold it this way, you've got raw fabric. I just folded it over. I didn't measure anything. I just folded it over and glued it. So let's just see if it fits on this gnome. Now I'll show you the difference between doing it widthwise and not. So let's see if it fits, right? Fur is messy. he fits on there. Let me see if I can tighten him up. Or if it's too snug. It's a little snug, people. I want to make sure that I overlap and go over the fur. All right, make sure your fabric fits good. I'm thinking I'm not going to use that. It's a little too tight. Fur takes up some space, so I'm going to use this one. So maybe it's best to go lengthwise, widthwise. So I'm just going to fold it over and cut my edges off just like I described. So we'll just snip that off, and I got myself a square. Just like this. And then it doesn't matter which way I fold it that way, does it? Because it's a square. I am going to make myself, let me see. This is going to be too big. Super big. I'm going to trim that bad boy down. Okay. Again, just measure it. Make sure it fits good. Okay. We do not need that much. Let me cut off some here. Make myself a triangle. And then I'll measure it, tell you for real how big we need this thing. How about that? Alrighty. There's my triangle. I love this fabric. And then it's gonna go around. Okay. Let's give myself a binding. Nice. Let's do this one. Give myself a little seam. Nice. And then we're going to glue these guys together so I have a triangle. But I'm not going to glue the end because that's what I'm going to tighten up. And then you just snip off the edges. So I'm folding over, making a nice little triangle. Doop, 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 doop. Watch your fingers. Nice, isn't that cute? And then he's gonna go over like this and make me a hat. All right. So I am going to fold up my middle. I did not do that. I'm going to fold me up a middle and lay my guy down I'm going to put it so that the back is on the bottom. And then tighten up my hat. See how it fits? Yep. So this is one way. You can do it several different ways. This guy, how do I do this guy? He's lengthwise, like I said, and his point comes to the back. Look, his point comes to the back. This guy's point comes to the front. Let's see how far down he is. Nice. All right. So they both work either way. I'm just gonna fold my point up, stick my dude in there, and tighten him up. Put some glue on here. And tighten. Now, if you notice my nose, I have him over top. I don't know if you could see that great. He is over top part of the fabric. Am I glued on there? Nope, need more glue. Ooh, I got most of it. And I fluffed out his fur to make his mustache. Then I want him to have a floppy hat. So I am gonna crinkle him down and tip his hat over just like this. And I'm gonna glue it in a few little places just to make sure he has, he stays put, because I want him to have a wrinkle floppy hat. So I just put a tab there and push it down. Just like this one. Nice. Then, usually I need to add more at the tip. So let's see. I've got a little pine cone I'm gonna put on the end here. Thought that would look cute. That's what the front looks like. I think I have a flat side of my pine cone. So let's do that while I'm messing with the hat. Put that on my tip. Cute. Isn't he cute? He is cute. All right. Nose. I got one of these knobs at the craft store. This is 1 1/4 inch. I like big noses, but you could use pom-poms. You could use any kind of ball that you happen to have. You know what? Little styrofoam balls are cute. I like these little wooden ones. They have a flat bottom so I can glue it. I just saw these ones that are hollow. That would work. You just have to put the rim around the edges of glue. So I'm gonna lay my guy down and I'm gonna pull my whiskers out a little bit already, just so I know where I want to place him. I'm gonna put glue on it and stick him on there. You know what I did forget to tell you? I forgot to measure what my end up square was. Just play with it. Sorry about that. If I started with a 12 by 12, how much did I cut off? This is my side. My square is probably 10 by 10. That's what I'm guessing, because I cut this off. I can measure that real quick. Sorry about that. And then I fluff his fur out, because I want him kind of crazy. I fluff out some beard, and I try to get it over his hat just because that's fun. And I fluff out his fur all the way around. And isn't he cute? He is so cute. I like my hair fluffed out. Maybe we can fluff his hair out. And then this guy, they both turned out pretty cute, don't you think? We have to be a little flexible. It didn't work exactly the way I thought it would, but he looks adorable. It gives you an idea, at least, on how to make him. I think he's cute as a button. And if I had a skinnier bottle, I think this guy would work. Taller instead of wider. But play around with it. See what you think. And that's it. That's it. That's how you make an easy gnome out of a bottle. And we had a good time, didn't we? Hope you did. And we will see you next time. Bye.